And we have our next speaker lined up and ready to go. So I'm very excited to be able to introduce Salman Iqbal, and he'll be talking about Community Kubernetes Days, which is quite interesting because I read the title and I was like, is it not Kubernetes Community Days, Kubernetes? But anyway, fantastic. Thank you for being here, Salman. I'll hand over to you.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me okay? Is everything? Just give me a thumbs up. Everything's good. Well, thank you all very much for having me. I am very excited to be part of Kubernetes Community Days. I think the title of the talk, I changed it slightly. It's community over technology. And, we've heard Cheryl talk about this morning about how important the community has been. I think I'll just want to extend a couple of things. I'm pretty sure you all know how important the community is and why it is important. And I'm sure you already know the answers, but I'd just like to emphasize on a couple of points that technology changes all the time. And we've seen that happen. Things do become obsolete, things do change, but the only thing that's constant is the people around you, is the community. So what we, in this talk, I'll take a few minutes to talk about how you can join an existing community or how you can build the one that you have or how you can start your own. I'll just quickly introduce myself. Before I introduce myself, I'd just like to give a big thanks to all of the KCD UK organizers. You've all done an amazing job putting this together, especially Paula, chasing me up for all this stuff. So I apologize for being so slow, but really amazing work. It's a great conference. It's not an easy feat trying to put an event like this together, getting all the speakers together and putting on the workshop and growing our community, which is what this talk is all about. So thank you to all the organizers on here. My name is Salman Iqbal. I work as an MLOps engineer for a company called Appia. We're a cloud consultancy company. Check them out, appia.io. I also work as a Kubernetes instructor for Learn K8. And the thing that I'm most proud of, I'm proud of quite a few things that we've achieved, but one of the things that I'm most proud of is to be part of the Cloud Native Wales, the Cloud Native community that we've started here in Wales with Lewis Denham Perry and a lot more people and Aled as well. You can find me on Twitter at Salman Iqbal if you have any questions about anything about MLOps or Kubernetes, or if you'd like to help with if you like help with your community, please drop me a message on at Twitter on Salman Iqbal. So I can start with this comment saying tech can be confusing, and I'm sure you've all seen this a landscape for cloud native technologies. If you haven't, you can head over to l.cncf.io to have a look. It shows a number of projects and cloud native solutions for all sorts of areas like databases, orchestration tools, container runtimes, registries, and so on and so forth. This is intended to show a well-traveled path of technologies that can be used when implementing your solution. However, it is quite confusing. If you look at it, how do you know which solution to pick for the thing that you're solving problem for? For example, if you have to pick a storage solution to implement for your project, which one would you choose? The one that's got the most stars on GitHub or the one that has the most funding? How do you know which solution to pick? You can narrow it down based on the requirements that you have. Maybe there's a handful of solutions that you can implement yourself and trial them out. What if the solution that you pick today becomes obsolete in a few months or years? What do you do then? Do you start again on your own to try and figure out what's the best thing to do, solution to pick again? Technology keeps changing, as we all know, keeps changing all the time. We get new projects, we get new frameworks, we have to look at new products that keep getting announced at a rapid pace. This can all be very daunting. Wouldn't it be good if we can talk to the people around us? And I'm sure a lot of people are ready to do that. See how they're trying to solve a challenge. You'd be surprised at how many people in different organizations, different walks of life, different backgrounds are facing similar challenges as you are or as your organization is. You can talk to people around you in your own company, in your own city, in the meetups and learn from them. You can reach out to them in any channels that are available to you. Because the people in your community, as I said, are constant. And this technology will keep changing. But I know that I can always go back to the community that I have with people and reach out to them and ask any questions. If I have any challenges, I reach out to the people we've created together. We got together in Cloud Native Wales community. A lot of people on this call, Matt and Paula, and in other communities. As long as the community is there and it is inclusive and welcoming to everyone, where everyone can feel safe being part of it, and everyone adheres to a code of conduct that's been set out, and they feel uh, they can ask for help without any hesitation. You'll see that individuals in that community will learn not just about the technology, but also about themselves and the people around them, and grow as people, as person. Anytime I have a problem that I have to solve, I reach out to the people I've met through various communities and ask them for help and guidance. So, how should you go around looking for a community to join? Of course, you can always head over to meetup.com and search for a community that you're interested in, maybe in your local area, maybe the area that you are interested in. You can even search internationally. Most events currently are happening remotely. So it will be great to be a part of them. You can reach out to people all over the world. And at Cloud Native Wales, we encourage new joiners to message us and let us know if it's their first time, so we can welcome them properly and introduce them to people in the community. If you like any specific open source projects, they most likely have some Slack or Discord channels. Kubernetes has a number of these communities that you can join in and introduce yourself. You can go and help people out, and you can ask for help as long as you're kind. And you can also follow people on Twitter. I follow a lot of people I look up to on Twitter, and they're always mentioning some of the events that are happening that I can join in. For example, Case of the UK that's happening. That's how I found out from the people I already know. So there's many ways that you can find a community that you can join and be a part of. How about if you wanted to start a community that you thought didn't exist? How would you go around doing that? It can be in person or it can be virtual. I'll speak from experience. Louis Denham Parry and myself, we started Cloud Native Wales in January 2018. We've done over 25 meetups in person and virtually. And I think I can hand on my heart, the best thing that could happen to any of us was Cloud Native Wales community. I've been working in technology for about 9 years now, but I can say that's the best thing that's happened, because the amount of people I've met and I've worked with, there's so many people I look up to, I've worked with in the past and currently. It would never have happened if it wasn't for the community that I joined and we grew. We get so much support from other cloud native communities when we started, and the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. There's so many people who helped us. We can't really thank many people. All the people. There's Cheryl who helped us when we started, Matt, and so many more. What I'm saying, or what I'm trying to say, is if you wanted to start your own community, well, in Cloud Native or any other, there are others who are willing to get out of the way and help you start and grow your community. We've done many meetups in the past. These are all in-person ones that I'm putting up, and these are the people. There's quite a few people in here that we used to look up to, and we got to meet them and learn from them and grow our knowledge and learn from the best, basically. And that would have never been possible if we never did Cloud Native Wales. So what I'm trying to say is join a community. If one doesn't exist, start your own. How would you start your own community if you wanted to? And I think it boils down to a very simple thing, which is helping others. If you help others, others will definitely help you. You can join other similar communities and help out there. Anything that need. Maybe you can help in organizing events. Maybe you can help solve someone's problem. If they have a question, maybe you can answer them. Maybe you can create your own content and put it out there. You can write a blog or video or a podcast, whatever it might be. People will reach out to you and ask you questions, and you can help them out. If there's someone you like to speak at you can do a live stream if you wanted to on YouTube, or you can do it in person. You can reach out to them and politely request if they can speak at your event. You can do the event remotely as well, or if you want to do it in person, hopefully we will get to the in-person stuff quite soon. You can reach out to companies in your cities, and that's what we did, and ask if they can sponsor for you to hire a venue or pay for food. Sometimes people learn best, and this is what we found, is by doing some things hands-on. You can host your own hackathons and do your own workshops. Something that you might know very well is going to be new to somebody else. If you think, oh, Docker is quite basic, everybody knows Docker, but it might not, it is new to a lot of people. So you can hold your own workshop and others can join in. You can do it remotely or you can do it in person. And this is the bit that we thought works out quite well. You can do giveaways. You can do giveaways by asking for tickets from other conferences. And this is what we've done in the past. If I've spoken at a conference or Lewis has spoken at a conference, we ask for tickets to give away to our attendees, because tickets for conferences are quite expensive. You can ask for swag to be given away. Like we usually used to go to the conferences and get swag from the stands and give away at the meetups. And people do usually like that. And I think the best thing you can do is have joint meetups as well. There are going to be meetups in your area or within your country or within your continent that you can do joint meetups with. For example, KCD UK. A lot of communities came together to do this conference. Not so I've just written down a few: Birmingham, Edinburgh, London, Manchester, Wales. A lot of cloud native communities and people came together to put on a great conference. So community, is at the heart of what we're trying to achieve. And there are benefits. You might say, okay, it's all good. I can help others out. What is in it for me? And there's tons of benefits. And I can only speak from experiences. In terms of career progression, I never thought I'll be able to do the jobs that I'm doing nowadays, or meet the people that I'm meeting nowadays, or learn things that I'm learning nowadays. Or, I've worked at a number of places now. I've worked at Appia, learned K8s, and that would never have happened. So there are benefits to yourself too. And I think one thing I'll remind for the organizers, or if you're joining a community or starting a community, this one simple thing that we found is the makes it very successful. It's just to be kind. The people around you, the people who are joining, whoever it is, just to be kind. Treat people like you wanted to be treated. And I'm going to end on one last bit. Is this quote from Benjamin Franklin: "But building a community and culture of respect and working collaboratively is the way forward. Continual learning always ensures that we're growing together, and listening and hearing and being empathetic to the people around you is the way you deliver the best solution. And community is all about bringing everyone together on a journey. So technology that exists today is not going to be here tomorrow. But tomorrow, the people around you will still be around. And you can ask them and you can lean on them and you can help them grow and move forward. And with that, I'll thank you. If you have any questions about anything, if you like any help with your community, please reach out to me at Salman Iqbal. We would like to help you out in any way possible. We run Cloud Native Wales as well, and KCD UK. But I'd just like to thank you all for listening, and hopefully that was useful. That was a useful talk. That's all from me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Salman. I honestly feel like you were just reading my mind. Some of those things you said, I just wholeheartedly agree with. And I know it's not to be underestimated, the amount of work to put on a meetup or to put on an event. But everything you talked about, how rewarding it is just, it rings so true for me. I just wondered if you had any funny stories or things that have ever gone wrong at a meetup. I know for me, I mean, we've had some technical issues this morning here with our event and YouTube links. And it's funny how even when you plan every single thing, something always happens, something goes wrong. I just wondered if you could share any little mix up that's ever happened to you, or the worst crazy thing that happened.
Yeah, I think there's always when you're organizing an event, something happens. I think one of the first virtual meetups we were doing, Lewis and I put a link to, I can't remember. I think it was a Google Meet. Yeah, it was a Google Meet. So we put out a Google Meet, so anybody could join in and start typing whatever they like to type. So somebody just got the link from somewhere. I'm not sure where, because I think it was on Twitter. and they started just spamming the
Oh
tweet,
no.
the stream. So we just had to like block them and try and sort that out. And you luckily it's never happened at Cloud Native Wales, but at other meetup that we were doing a joint one, a heckler turned up because they didn't agree with some cryptocurrency stuff. So, but that got dealt with quite swiftly. So these things do happen, but yeah, I think you just have to improvise and react when that happens. I think yeah, anything that's happened to you that's been funny.
I think, I mean, like you said, many things can go wrong. I think the most challenging story that happened to me was running an event where on stage one of our speakers collapsed, and he was fine. He was completely
Okay.
fine, but it was just a reaction to stress. Somebody heckled him
Oh
and he
no.
wasn't quite ready for it. So he collapsed on the floor, and people thought it was funny and they were laughing. They thought he was joking,
Oh
but no, he
no.
was out cold.
Oh no.
So it was like, it was quite a quite a
That's
stressful moment. But he was fine, and he got
oh,
up and he
that's
finished his
good.
talk, and
That's good.
it was all right on the note. So
I think I just remembered because I have the last photo that I had up. You could see the confetti on the floor. Lewis Denham Perry broke the ceiling by blowing the confetti cannon, and I'm sure there's a video somewhere when he did that, and he
brilliant.
broke the ceiling of where we were. So that also happened.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for that talk. If anyone's got any questions or comments for Salman, you can post them in our
Certainly.
Slack channel. I'd just like to welcome one of my co-organizers, Chris. Chris, do you want to do a quick introduction to yourself?
Yeah, thank you. I'm, as someone said, I think we all come from different backgrounds. I look after, I live just outside Birmingham. I run a couple of meetups in Birmingham, including recently getting involved with the Cloud Native Birmingham crew. It's just been, just to repeat what some of the things we said before, it's been a pleasure working with Paula, Josh, Matt, the whole team, really. I want to list off everyone.
There's so many of us.
Yeah, and I guess to some of the points we were just talking about there, I think sometimes the hecklers at the meetups don't realize that we don't get paid to do this. We're not there there are sponsors, but most of us don't work for the sponsors. We usually look to separate ourselves from this. And I think the hecklers think we're there for some sort of commercial or financial benefit, but actually we love meeting people. We love helping other people out. Some of the best things for me running the meetups is seeing that dawn of kind of understanding when you explain something and people are like, oh yeah, now I get that. And it's just brilliant. And seeing people get jobs and networking through these events. It's fantastic seeing people kind of grow in part because of the communities.
Absolutely. So, folks, we are at coffee break time. Thank goodness. I don't know about you, but I am definitely ready for coffee. So we will take a quick break, and then we'll be starting back again at 11:40. This is where we split into two tracks. So we have posted the links onto Twitter, but there was a